Hey guys, Jack Bulls here. I was going to share something with you. I heard today it was talking about should you rent a home, rent an apartment, or buy a house. And arguments were going both ways, but throughout the whole disagreement between the folks, there was one thing that they completely missed. And it's just something I wanted to share with you. Maybe somebody's looking at buying a house, maybe somebody's looking at renting, and they're kind of on the border of what do I do? Okay. When you buy a home, say you buy a house July 2019, you lock in your rate of whatever it is right now, 4% interest for the next 30 years. You buy that home, you have a fixed payment, say your payment's $900 a month, okay? So for 30 years, you're locked into that. If you sell the house, buy another house, you are locking yourself in at a low payment for the next 30 years. Obviously, it's better to pay that mortgage off earlier, but you're locking yourself in to a known payment for housing, okay? If you rent, almost every year, your rent will go up. Your rent will increase. Inflation is occurring. Cost of goods is occurring. Supply and demand is occurring. More people are renting homes. I've been talking to so many people here recently that are having trouble finding a place to rent. So the longer you rent, ultimately, the more it's going to cost you in the long run. And we're talking thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over maybe, your lifetime or 30, 40 years. So if you're a young person right now and you've got, 60 years or more of your life ahead of you, you can buy a home and lock that rate in now for 30 years and it's paid off essentially versus you renting for 10, 20, 30, 40 years of your life. Do the math. Think about what I just said. You buy a home now, lock it in, the rate's low, pay that thing off, add an extra payment every year. You'll pay it off 7 years earlier. 21, 23 years, you can have your house paid off. That money invested in that home, you having a return versus you're renting year after year. The rent keeps going up. You may rent something now for $700 a month. In 4 years, it's going to be $1,000 a month. And in 10 years, that same property, supply and demand, your rent may be $1,500 a month. 20 years from now, that same property, your rent may be $2,000 a month. And if you think I'm kidding, talk to your grandparents, older folks who bought homes 30, 40, 50 years ago for a fraction of what they're selling for now. So something to consider. I wanted to share that because I thought it was a neat perspective that people just don't think about. So buy a home versus rent a home. And I'll tell you, I'm encouraging my daughters, the first opportunity they have, they're out of school, they have a full-time job, steady work, buy a home. I don't care what it is, townhome, rental house, something, buy a home. So that's my thoughts, my opinion. List in the comments. Tell me what you think. I'll be curious to know. So hope you're having a great day. God bless you. Take care.